That's right, it's here, the official start of the new NBA season. I'm Ernie Johnson, excited to be here once again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith for another go-round. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Checking out Cleveland, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And Kenny, part of the early season is about making adjustments. For some, it's new personnel. For others, it's getting situated in a new city and a new arena. Tell us a little bit about that process.
Well, you know, players and coaches have been together for a while. They have the huge advantage because they know what to expect and they know the process.
I've gone through large changes in my career. Each day you just try to get a little better as a team, and you hope by the end it works out.
Joining us courtside, a guy who's always in mid-season form, Kevin Harlan.
Nice, Ernie, nice.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, land of the free and the home of progress.
And you've got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Grizzlies will look to their home court advantage. Just one game here in Memphis. This their first chance this season playing the Cavaliers. They took the loss in this East versus West matchup during the regular season last year, dropping both games.
Yeah, and last year it didn't matter whether it was on the home or on the road. They failed to take a game from either of the two meetings.
Yeah, and you know, they weren't used to seeing a team and not getting at least one win off of them last year, and that's what they're looking for now.
Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Isaiah Thomas out there with Dwayne Wade, and it's Thompson in at the center position. Now here's Barnes. 4 on the shot clock. Allen kicks to Conley. That is good. Conley's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Grizzlies. Going over some of the quickest players in the league, you think about Mike Conley and Clark. What sets him apart is that he's always under control, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, he takes great care of the basketball, uses the change of speed and hesitation moves to get where he wants to go, and he's masterful in getting into the lane and finishes with both hands.
So the Memphis Grizzlies able to put the first points up on the board. Memphis needs to get off a shot here, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And Marcus All surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
And when you look at Marcus All now versus when he came into the league, remarkable how that body of his, Clark, has transformed.
Kevin, he changed his diet and he dropped a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, he even grows vegetables at his house. He's really gone all in on the transformation of his body.
Clark, good information.
Yes, sir.
How'd
That's
you know
what we
all
do.
that stuff?
That's what we do here.
Woo.
Info and entertainment.
Oh. Now here's Thompson. Outside Thomas. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Allen passes to Gasol. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Now here's Thompson, and stolen by Barnes. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I had a chance to catch up with Dave Yeager. Team rebounding is something he stressed to his side, and rightfully so when you face a player that gobbles up the glass like Kevin Love. He told me that Love rebounds at an unreal rate, and his side can't take any mental breaks when it comes to boxing out on the defensive end. Love's numbers validate that fear, guys.
Thanks again, Doris. Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are. Clark.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22-19 away from home.
And back to the Cavs and their road play. Teams with a lot of new players coming in can struggle early. It's especially evident when playing on the road.
Some changes for Memphis. White is checked in for JaMychal Green. Lance Stevenson comes in for Barnes. And it's Carter in for Tony Allen. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson. Smith comes in for Kevin Love. Jose Calderon, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Rose in for Isaiah Thomas.
Talk about being streaky on the road. That's what the Cavs were. I mean, could rattle off 4 wins on the road in a row, then come back empty from their next road trip. They did seem, though, to get stronger and more steady as the season went on.
Here's Rose. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Michael Conley picks one up.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunk's the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker.
Free throw, good, Rose. Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Misses from close range.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. Yeah, 3 turnovers so far, and the real issue is the fact that they're unforced, too careless with the basketball.
Greg, they've been out of sync since the opening tip. I mean, they've got to take better care of the ball.
And here is Conley. Wright sets a screen. Just 3 on the clock. It's blocked. And that does it for the first quarter. Grizzlies out in front, up by 6. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game. I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there or caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
Conley and Allen in the backcourt. Green is out there with Lance Stevenson, and it's Anderson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And Shumpert kicks to Wade. Wade missing again.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And it's good. That's 7 points for Conley.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here's Wade. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. It's going to be Wade shooting. That's on Chris Anderson. Marc Gasol's checked in for Memphis. Barnes comes in for Lance Stevenson. And Cleveland also making a change. Thomas is checked in. The Cavaliers have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago. And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state. But what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years. But he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
Here's Thomas. Michael Conley making his last shot. Thomas kicks to Wade. There's the pass to Love. Shumpert dishes to Thompson. Out to Wade. 6 on the shot clock. The screen from Thompson. Wade misses. Greg, you brought up the topic of Wade. He's had a chance to make several tough mental adjustments throughout his career.
Well, he's always been a guy willing to alter his game for the good of the team. That's why he's got those championship rings, Kevin. You've got to be flexible, not just talented.
Yeah, when Shaq comes in and joins him, then he had to change away when LeBron came in to play
Great
a
credit
different
to
way.
him.
Yeah.
Great credit to him.
Very admirable. Now, here's Thomas. Following the miss by Michael Conley. Wade gets the bucket. We've got 1:18 left in the first half. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. One bit of news for the Grizzlies last year is that they acquired a single affiliation deal with a Clark, a D-League team, which you think is going to help them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that team is the Iowa Energy. They're a sole partner now with the Iowa Energy. Good move by the team in what is becoming a growing trend in the NBA.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Wright comes in for Green, and it's Carter in for Tony Allen. The Cavaliers trail by 7. Calderon kicks to LeBron. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. LeBron's got his second bucket of the night.
And for Memphis and the D-League, they made the most of it. Sent 3 players for a total of 14 assignments with the Energy, and that's how you make the most of an affiliate.
And it's Smith penetrating. Rejected by Gasol. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Wright sets a screen. Conley the pass to Wright. Got a hand on it. In transition, here come the Cavaliers.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
It's Vince Carter on the wing. Takes a 3. The offensive rebound. And the rejection by James. Here's Gasol. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Grizzlies lead by 5. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Dwayne Wade. And Dwayne, do you think the defense will be the focus for the second half?
Well, it is. You know, we got to get more stops, and when we get opportunities to get on transition, we got to look up and we got to get the ball up. I think right now we're getting rebounds and we're taking a break. We got to go, man. We got a very deep team. We got to use it. So second half, we're going to look to run a little more.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. Memphis came out looking very confident. They went to work early at both ends of the floor, going on a 9-0 run to jump out in front. They ended up leading by 6 at the end of the first quarter. Going through the second quarter, they started to look a bit fatigued, but played well enough to enjoy a 5-point cushion here at the half. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, they're playing some unselfish basketball here tonight, finding the open man. And then, of course, the open man is finishing, so no problem here tonight.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
Well, they shot under 40% in the half. That tells the story right there. The defense deserves some credit for disrupting them a little bit, but they need to counteract with more creativity on offense. Fewer isolations, more movement, better shot selection.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You look at Michael Conley. What a contribution.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Here's Conley. Last season, Memphis fell late and would end up with the 5th seed in the NBA playoffs. Only one of 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons, along with the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, and they were a team that nobody wanted to play. Memphis drew Portland in that first round, and even though they were the 5th seed, they had home court advantage.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. D-Wade out there with Thomas. And it's Thompson in at the 5. Now here's Allen after LeBron James's miss. Outside Conley. He feeds it to Barnes. Here's Gasol. Tries yet again. And he lays it up and in. Gasol's got the first field goal of the second half for the Grizzlies. The Cavaliers trail by 7.
You know, guys, Memphis waltzed through the first round against Portland. The second round, a lot tougher against Golden State. They went up 2-1 in that series, but couldn't hold on to that lead.
Thomas, that's good.
Oh, boy. Woo-hoo. Sweet move. Tough finish. What a play.
Grizzlies have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Conley into the lane. Here's Green. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Green's got his second bucket of the night.
And guys, Memphis would lose 2 of their 3 games at home against Golden State. So things got tough with the Conley injury and missing Tony Allen as well. But they did put up a good fight, ultimately, though, falling in 6 games to the Warriors.
Ryan Hollins, he's checked in for Memphis. Lance Stevenson comes in for Matt Barnes. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Rose is checked in. And here's Love from the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Now, here's Stevenson. Looking for his first basket still in this one. 5 on the clock. Green, the screen. Pass to Hollins. Goes back up. Goes up again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Grizzlies shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And he makes the first.
2 shots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, It didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
And that put back about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Now here's Conley. He's got 9. And it's Stevenson, top of the key. Green, the screen. Conley's shot is off.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Timeout call for Memphis.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Right, he's checked in for Jermichael Green, and it's Carter in for Tony Allen. Then for the Cavaliers, Smith comes in for Tristan Thompson, and it's Calderon in for Dwayne Wade. The Cavaliers trail by 7. The drive by James, and it's Mike Conley with the rebound.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
The basket counts, and 1 will go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Chris Anderson is checked in for Ryan Hollins. Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. The Grizzlies shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Now here's Calderon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Matt Barnes is checked in for the Grizzlies. Memphis leading by 8. Here is Stevenson to the middle. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Lets it go from 14. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Calderon.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending him.
And the final period of play just about to start. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Anderson is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Tony Allen. Then it's Matt Barnes. And it's Stevenson in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. James has a 2-pointer. Shot is off. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
A 3 from Stevenson, and that one's good. Stevenson's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Grizzlies. So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against the Bulls in Chicago. Smith kicks to Thomas. Back to Smith from 17 feet out. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 7 rebounds in the game. Passes to Barnes. There's the 3. They get it back. A second chance effort. Anderson can't get it to go. The Cavaliers trail by 11. On the wing, James. Covered by Barnes. High post shot. Kicks it out to James. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Allen with it. Now Smith defending. Back to Allen. Tipped away. It's stolen by Smith. To the inside. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
During that break, Coach Dave Yeager had some words for his team. His advice clear-cut. I want to see you playing to win, not playing not to lose. I don't care what the lead is. We do not back off.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Conley into the lane. That's his 7th miss in 12 shot attempts. The Cavaliers trail by 7. The kick out to Rose. Stolen by Michael Conley. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Out to the right wing. Here's Gasol. And another miss by Memphis. The Cavaliers have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6.
D-Wade playing well. 10 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Grizzlies.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
And it's Green missing.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
Allen dishes to Gasol. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
And Gasol sends it back. And they go to the intentional foul. 32 seconds left in the fourth. And now we've got the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So it gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Here's Wade. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. James converts on the jumper for the easy 2.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Love the pass to LeBron. Gasol with the rebound. James against Conley. So it's Memphis picking up the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Mark, we've heard Coach emphasize playing strong here in Memphis every night you have in this building. How important is defending home court to the team's morale and focus?
We need to win. We need to win, especially at home. Home is always important, and
So important. Mark, thank you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.